my name is Siobhan Cunningham and I'm here to answer a few more of your questions. Thank you for sending them in. Remember to send them to office@sccunningham.com and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Right, down to the first sort of questions. Where do you get your character ideas for your books? Um, these are people I meet. An amalgamation of characters that I've met probably goes into each character. I sort of like to write about what I know, so yeah, these are people I've met. For example, in the David trilogy, the first book's called The Penance List, and I'm sorry about the noise in the background, I've got dogs. The first book is called The Penance List, and the main character is called David Howard. And David Howard, I based on a character I met when I was quite young. That turned out to be a bit of a serial attacker that the police were looking for, and I remember meeting him because he was trying to get to me, but I got away. And looking at him thinking, you know, you're quite cool looking, you're quite smart, clean, well fed, your mother loves you looking, you know, why do you need to do the stuff that you do? Why do you behave the way that you do? So questioning this attacker in my mind, why he became what he did, I came up with the character of David Howard in The Penance List, my fictional character. So yeah, I base my character ideas on people I've met. I've probably met some very bad people. In the deal, how did you come up with the idea for D'Artagnan? Okay, D'Artagnan is a friend, an office colleague of one of the girls in the book, and she's the type of girl that gets on your tits. Basically, she's aggressive, she's bitchy, she's a bully. She steals all your ideas and claims them as her own. She is always better than you. If you've got a story to tell, she's got a bigger story to tell. She's one of those annoying little girls that just gets on my nerves a bit. So I have met a few girls like that in my office work over the years, and I love studying them, and I love looking at their way they work, and you look at them and you think, wow, I couldn't even make that up. It's just amazing to observe the way they are. So I put them together into this character, and in every book I have a character like this, and in the deal, D'Artagnan is my girl. I always like to have a dodgy one in there, dodgy bitch in there. Women are worse than men, I think, when they're bad. They do the horrible catty comments without getting their beautifully manicured nails damaged, whereas a bloke will probably punch you or something and stab you, but a girl will kill you with words and a few chosen actions that doesn't get her hands dirty. So women can be, I think, worse, more evil sometimes. They're very interesting to study. So yeah, D'Artagnan is one of those. She's called D'Artagnan because her mother watched the Musketeers, and the Musketeers are quite cute, and her mum used to like D'Artagnan, so she named her daughter D'Artagnan after her favourite, Musketeer. So I thought it was quite a sweet thing to do. And the annoying thing that you can do for D'Artagnan is you can say, hello Tanya, all right Tanya, because she doesn't like being called Tanya. She likes to be called D'Artagnan because she's terribly posh and everything, so you've got to call her D'Artagnan, not Tanya. So I had fun working with that character. So yeah, that's where D'Artagnan came from. So when you create a character, do you already know who they are before you begin writing, or do you let them develop as you go? God, tough question. Do you already know who they are? Yeah, I already know who they are, and everything comes from that, because how the character works, how she reacts to situations, what turns her on, what she hates, what she likes, that leads the storyline. So I already know what her character's traits are, because she's probably, for example, if it's a she's been somebody I've met, so I know them, so it's easy to write about something you know. So I know what she's going to do in certain situations, and then the storyline goes from that. What her reaction would be if that happened, she'd go A. What her reaction would be if that happened, she'd go direction B. So yeah, it's the formed character that leads the storyline for me. Everybody works differently. I'm a bit of a dumb blonde honey, so don't really go with the way I write. Just people should write the way in their own way. my writing is a bit strange. Things happen and then they evolve on their own. The storyline writes itself overnight. So I wake up the next morning, and the characters have told me, well, I'm going to do this today. So it's a little bit haphazard like that. I haven't got it all planned out from A to B before I start, because that's boring for me. I want to be like the reader. I don't know what I want to not know what's going to happen next and be fascinated by it. Think, holy cow, how do they get out of this? I like to be like the reader and be shocked at each turn. Right up to the last page. At the last page, I want the reader to go, fuck. I didn't see that coming. I've got to stop swearing. I'm going to change fuck to fudge and shit to sugar. Okay? Yeah, so I'm not a normal writer. I just do it a bit, it flows and forms as it goes, and I like it that way because I don't want to know what the ending is, because otherwise I'm bored and I won't bother. I know what the ending is, so, fudge. When you create a character, yeah, I've done that one. In the deal, Amy Fox loves crystals. Okay, this is Amy Fox. Do you have crystals yourself? Yeah. Well, I wanted Amy to have a passion. And I like quirky things, like I collect white feathers. If I find a white feather, I keep it, because I think it's like, some angel looking after me, or whatever is up there is looking after me. So I collect my little feathers. And I wanted Amy to have another quirk to her side. So I started studying crystals. And there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of belief in them. And they're millions of years old, and they look beautiful. And they do. I started getting a few, and they do have a bit of an energy about them. And I can't explain it. I don't know what their connection is or why, but they do help. They are a bit magical. And don't tell me, the reason why, because I want to, I want to enjoy them. I want to be in denial if they're not. All right, they look lovely, and the bonus is that they make you feel good as well, and they protect you and stuff. Don't tell anybody, but I go into interviews in the cells with a labradorite crystal in my bra. A labradorite is a little black stone, and it's protection. So I have that in my bra just in case. I don't have a taser or pepper spray. I have a labradorite, so I'm so protected. Yeah, I am mad. You will get that. Okay, so I've got a few crystals like lying around. This is a big one, beautiful. Look how beautiful they are. I don't obviously put this size in my bra because I won't be able to get out of my home. But yeah, they are stunning. Millions of years old, so beautiful. And do you know what? Just holding it, you have a little gorgeous feeling. Here's another one here. This is smoky quartz, and it's just beautiful. Don't know if you can see that. I'm not sure, but this is a rose quartz. This is for love. So if anybody's looking for love, you should get one of these, honey. Get a small one for your bra if you're looking for love. And look, even if they don't work, for protection or love, whatever, even if it doesn't work, you can throw them at someone. They can help you that way. Make it happen. Chuck it at them. No, don't. Ignore me. I'm mental. Yeah, so I wanted to give her a little something to have a passion about this. So I started collecting them. This is my excuse. This is research. I had to do research, so I had to get them. Oh, this is really heavy. There's another one. And they just have such a good feel. I don't know what it is. Somebody will probably explain it to me one day, but hey. Yeah, so yeah, I like crystals now. She got me into the crystals, and she believes in them, and they're in the book, so, there you go. I am a nutter. Okay, what's the next question? Where did the concept of the deal come from? Okay, this is quite a long story, but I'll make it short. When I was a little girl, I was taken at the age of about 4. I got away. Another little girl was taken a week later than me, and she didn't get away. She died by the same guy. I used to say a prayer at night. It was a little contract deal I had with God. I used to ask him that if I was a good girl and when I died, could he let me sit on a cloud for a while, be invisible, and catch the baddies that he didn't get, or the police didn't get, because I know that God was busy, or my little girl person thought God was busy, and he wasn't managing to get everybody, and he needed help, so I wanted to go out there and help. So even at 4, I had this, wanting to dish out a bit of, karma and justice, and I wanted to get a few people that got away with shit. With sugar. So yeah, that's where the deal came from. So my life jobs, I don't know if you saw the last, I think I explained in one of my last videos what I've been doing over the years, job-wise. So those jobs actually show to me, I've been, trying to look after victims and stuff ever since. So in my old age, I've now put this Fallen Angel series together, and the deal is the first part of it. It's the first book of it. The next book I'm working on now is called Tough Karma. So it's about a girl called Amy. When she was little, she made the same deal with God, and she forgot the deal. She grew up, and about the age of 32, she mysteriously dies underneath a tube train in London. And she's, just dies. Wakes up in the afterlife to find out that a load of other people have done the deal as well. So there's a lot of units all around the world above each country, which is like an MI5 cyber office, with a lot of high-tech gear, units over each country around the world. And they pair up, and and her partner is Jack, who's an ex-SAS boy, and they pair up, and they sort out a few problems on Earth. They float down every now and then, and you don't see them, and the only reason you know they've been there is because after a situation you might see a white feather on the floor, and that means they've come down and helped sort something out. They've got an office up there with a few boys and girls running the office and giving them the jobs, giving them the authority to do the jobs. And the book is about them actually starting to get to like each other. So are angels allowed to be naughty up there? Are they allowed to fall in love? What happens when they break the rules? They've got a few rules to live by. Amy doesn't like living by rules, so she's in trouble already. But yeah, there's a bit of a saga going up there. His ex, who's a bit of a bitch, another D'Artagnan type called Mara, she ends up going up there as well because she wants her man back. So Amy has to deal with him, with her. There's a few things. It's quite a spaghetti of storylines going on, and it's quite fast action fun, and it involves all the things that I like seeing put right in the world, like terrorism, supporting people from domestic violence situations, drugs, alcohol, child abuse, animal abuse. There's a load of things that they go and put a toe in the water and sort out whilst they're fighting internal stuff that's happening within their office, whilst they're also fighting a group of people called the Witnesses who live below ground, and they're like the devil really, and the devil Witnesses are trying to get rid of the fallen angels. So they're fighting things on Earth and things below Earth, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you might like it. But the concept came from a deal I did with God when I was a little girl, and now I'm making it into a book, a series of books and films, hopefully. What do your fans mean to you? Oh my gosh, it's quite lonely being a writer. You are quite a recluse, and I don't go out much anymore because I'm writing all the time. I can't. If I go out, I have a drink. If I have a drink, I might have a bit of a hangover, so next day's wasted. So I don't really go out much. You don't earn very much as a writer, so I don't have the budget to go and party too much anymore like I used to. So because you're a bit of a recluse, and you're like living like a mushroom in the dark, writing all day long, the fans' reviews are like breath. They're like blood to us. We need them. They give me courage, and I've been so lucky with so many great reviews. I'm so grateful, and I write for them. And now that they've got quite a few fans, I write for them now, and I've got them in mind when I'm writing stuff, because I know that certain bits that they like, they write the review and you like, oh, they liked that, oh my god, they like that. So I bring stuff in that I know will make them happy because I'm writing for them. So whereas before, when I did my first book, I'm on my about fourth now, I just write for myself. It was a bit hard because it's a bit boring doing things for yourself, but now I'm doing it for others. It's a lot more fun. I think, yeah, they're gonna wait till they read. Oh my god, they're gonna love this bit. I want to make them laugh. I want to make them reel with shock. I want to make them a bit frightened, and I want to make them happy, and see good wins over evil, and champion the character. I want them to have fun, and I imagine them lying on a beach, or lying in bed reading it, or on the tube, or on the bus, and it just lightning escapism for them for the day. And I get some great reviews, and things like this just make me keep going. There's a few here. Gripping story. I admire this author. She isn't afraid to push the boundaries. Yay! I do push boundaries, and I didn't think anybody would, get me, but they do. And sometimes I put a bit too much sex and a bit too much swearing in there, and so I thought I might piss a few people off, but no, there are stupid people like me out there that like it. Explosive, visceral, and compelling. My God, I can barely spell those. That's brilliant. Thank you. Another one is holy shit is all I can say. These books are going to make amazing films. Thank you, darling. That is lovely. They are, and they will. Another one is Cunningham has done it again. What a fantastic writer. The second book in the series is just as brilliant as the first. They're waiting for the next one, so I've got to crack on with it. You know what I mean? Pick it up when you have plenty of time because you won't be able to put it down. Thank you. 50 Shades crossed with Martina Cole. Well, 50 Shades was great. Mostly. And Martina Cole is amazing. So when people say things like that, it gives you hope, it gives you courage. You think, wow, there's some people. I do have a little niche of people who are mad like me, and they like the way I write. They like the chatty style and the madness that I create. So, yeah, the fans do mean a lot to me, a lot. I'm going to stop this now because I might be boring you. I'm going to shut up. You can learn more about me and my books from my website, which is SCCunningham.com. Also, I'm on Twitter, which is SCCunningham8, and also I'm on YouTube and Facebook, SC Cunningham Author. So keep in contact, and don't forget, if you want to ask a question, and make sure they're nice questions, because I can't ask rude stuff or anything like that. It's got to be good. I've got, everyone's got to be able to view this, so be good. And so if you've got some decent questions for me, I will answer them and send them to office@SCCunningham.com. Thank you. I'm now going to turn this off, if I can find the right button.